What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ted, aka Teddy Kruger. Let's talk about builds, man. First off, I'm gonna show you what I'm running, and I'm gonna show you why I'm running it, and then we're gonna actually put a build together right in front of your eyes. Okay. Now, this video is gonna be longer. I'm gonna try to condense it as much as possible. I don't want to make a 30-minute video because that's asinine. So we're gonna talk about the build. We're gonna talk about how to build it, why I build it, what synergizes with what, why I did it. Alright, so let's get into it. So first things first, I have a military P416. I don't have the G3 version or whatever the other, but this is fine. This works really, really well for me. You see, it's bumping out 24.4k damage for an assault rifle. Optimus. I build my build around Optimus. Period. Keep that in mind. That Optimus talent you see on the right, that is key to this build. We're going to talk more about it in a second. And I also have rate of fire because rate of fire is king. Allegro is king. You got to have a rate of fire on your weapon. Secondary doesn't matter. I got the Nemesis, and that bitch hits like a motherfucking tank. So that's why I've been rocking that. Sidearm doesn't matter. I got stop, drop, and roll on it. Now the build I'm running 2-piece Patriot for the damage to armor, the 10% damage to armor. So that's a flat 10% damage. Like there's not many things that's going to give you a flat 10% extra damage in this game. That's with all weapons when it comes to players' armor. So that's why I'm rocking a 2-piece. I have the Gilligard chest and I have the Gilligard backpack. I'd like for one of those to be Murakami, but you know, you get unlucky. In this safeguard, I really don't need it because that's not what this build is about. I'd like to have vital and hardened, but I don't. So you get what you can get at this point in time. But anyway, so you saw the mask. The mask is nothing special. Blue stat and a red stat, crit chance. Don't really care that much about it, but that's what rolls on it. I have 2 blues and I have weapon damage. Now the running theme, once again, will be weapon damage, AR damage, weapon damage, AR damage. That's what we're running through this whole thing. We're pumping out the most amount of damage as possible. Okay, I have Berserker on the chest. It's not active right now because I'm holding my sniper, but and then once that gets nerfed, I can switch to something like an Unstoppable Force or Unbreakable or something to that effect. But right now, I run Berserker. Um, and with the holster, I had to get some stats there that, you know, it is what it is, but you see weapon damage in the holster. For the knees, True Patriot as well. It's got crit chance. Once again, don't really care about crit chance that much. For the gloves, I have assault rifle damage, and I have weapon damage. So once again, assault rifle damage, weapon damage. For the backpack, I had to roll 2 blue and the yellows there. And like I said, I'd like to have vital and hardened instead of safeguard, but whatever is whatever. So the running theme is weapon damage, assault rifle damage. A lot of people want to build for crit for this SMG build, but even then, that's a chance. It's called crit chance. What is always up 100% of the time is raw fucking damage. You can't beat that. So I'll show you the stats. My AR 24k weapon damage, as you can see. And then you have, when you mix the all weapon damage with the assault rifle damage, that's 54% damage. And you have the 12% armor damage, and I got a little bit of extra from the mods that I put in and things like that. But do not sleep on armor damage because people, 8 times out of 10, when you come across somebody, they have no health. They're all armor, and just plain and simple. You get through armor, it's game over. It's ball game. Pick up your ball and walk off the court because it's over. All right, so that's the stats on that. You see the 24.3k damage on the weapon. All right, so now what we finna do is we finna make a build right here in front of you right now. Okay, so it's gonna take some time because I'm gonna have to do some disposition and some explaining, but just bear with me. Okay. So let's Let's start here. So let's say we want to make let's say we want to make a SMG build. Okay, so there's no damage talents. We're gonna run this. We're gonna um, we're gonna evolve this around the Optimus SMG. Okay, so there's an Optimus SMG. Okay, so now we need, you can't have more than 5 red stats. So the first thing I'm going to do is put as many blue stats on as possible. Okay, there's no weapon damage, no PvP modifier or anything, unless you're talking about spotted, but we're not talking about that right now. So what you want to do, what I do, is put as many blues as possible on. Okay, so that's got 2 blues. What else has got 2 blues? Alright, let's see. Well, that's got 3 blues, but I'm not too worried about that at this point in time. So what's got 2 blues? That's got 2 blues. Let's just pick that. And it's Murakami, so it's going to give you extra health. So that's a plus. Alright, let's take the mods out of this one. Alright, so what's going to give me the most blues? Alright, so I can go either that one, or that one, or that one. Well, which one has the most weapon damage? You know what? Fuck it. Just for the sake of it, let's just pick that one. Alright. Now this one has more weapon damage, but that's already in the build, so let's just use this for now. Or if you want to pick a berserker one, like I said, it doesn't matter, because right now we're in the building stages. So let's pick that one. Okay. Yeah, it was that one. All right. So now, if you have the Sokolov holster with weapon damage on it and no red stats, then that would be a good place to go with this. I don't have this Sokolov at this point in time, so what I am going to currently do is make sure this has weapon damage as a talent. So this one's got weapon damage, this one's got weapon damage, and it has no reds. So let's pick that one. So we'll pick that one. Let's go to the knees. Now there's no PvP, there's no weapon damage, there's nothing you can really do for the knees. So what I would do is survivability. Let's talk about survivability. Which one can these will give me survivability? Okay, that's plus armor, and that's plus health. Which one do you want, armor or health? Ah, fuck it, let's go health. All right, but that's got a blue. We want to stay away from the red stats for now. Okay, so we're just spamming blues at this point in time. No red stats, so that doesn't have weapon damage. So weapon damage can go on your gloves, and it can also go on your holster. So we want weapon damage there. Alright, so that's got assault rifle damage, but if that had SMG damage, like this, that's a good glove for SMG. So let's pick that. It's got SMG damage, and it's got devastating. It's got 1 red talent, but we've been kind of shying away from red, so we can put 1 there. Alright, what else we got going on here? So we got 2 blues and a yellow. So any of these, okay, so that's got, what we got going on here? So that's got, see, this would be a prime candidate for a really good, let's see. And you're actually going to see my thought process as we go along. So this is going to be kind of cool. So we can go with this one because it's got weapon damage and it's only got 1 red. So let's go with that one. Okay, so now we've got as many blues as possible with the least amount of reds as possible. Okay, so we're in a good start. Alright, so let's see which one of these has an offensive slot. That's 1 offensive slot, so we can slot 1 weapon there. One offensive mod there. So you can go SMG down. I don't think I have any SMG ones. I don't think I have any SMG ones. So if you have an SMG one, this would be a good place to slot an SMG mod here. But instead, I'm going to go with my 3% assault rifle damage plus my damage to armor. Like I said, if you had SMG, then you drop that mod in there. You fill in the rest of your blues because you're not worried about going over reds when we're talking about blues. So let's put some blues in real quick. You also want to look for total armor, and I think the mending, I'm believe the mending ones are the ones that carry the total armor. So there you go, defensive system mending. Here's another mending with 5.5% armor. You gotta have that. We're gonna go back to the other blue and make sure that that didn't have, we couldn't put a mending in there. Nope. Okay, double checking. Alright. Now, no mod can go there. So you're still under your 5 cap. You're still under the 5. So let's see, what mod is this? That's utility mod. Great. We can throw utility mod in there. Let's just throw anything in there. It doesn't really matter. Alright, so you're still under 5, which is perfect because that means you can add another red stat somewhere. So like here, you could put that there. You can add one red stat there and still be optimized, still have the optimist perk available. You can throw 2 red stats here if you wanted to. So you see what I'm saying now? Like you've stockpiled blues and ignored reds when you started putting the pieces together. Now you can start adding reds, okay? So now also what you could be looking at is, okay, let's look at these sets. So this gives me health and hazard protection. This gives me total armor. That gives me assault rifle damage protection from elites. Well, what if I want assault rifle damage and I wanted SMG damage? Okay, well this gives me SMG damage and it gives me a red too. So it's a double win for me right there, right? Do I have any more Sokolov? So you don't, if we're talking about PvP, you don't need protection from elites. So it's completely pointless to have that. So you did hit your red cap by putting this on, but at least you got your 10% weapon damage and you get a little crit damage or whatever the case may be. So you can switch, you can put on these Sokolov knees, still have your Optimus ready, and you'll get your SMG damage, your assault rifle damage as a backup, you get your armor, your health, you get some skill power. Like you just, that's it. You just completed a build, right? You just completed a build, and I just snapped this together right now in front of you, okay? Hopefully this made sense, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Also, what I believe is probably going to be the upcoming meta will be this guy, and that's going to be the spotter mask. 10% damage to post enemies, which is going to increase to 20%. So that's 20% damage. The Berserker, that's probably going to move away to Unstoppable Force or something to that effect. I'm not too concerned with that at this point in time. I've got chests for days. Minus Venerous with the weapon damage. Now, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So the mask spotter, that's going to be 20% weapon damage with the new patch. Then you have the compensated gloves, that's 15% extra damage when your crit chance is below 20. You got to have 3 or less offensive stats. Keep that in mind. If you look over here to the left, you'll see I have 3 offensive stats. You can't go over that. So that build, this build gets really tricky. Alright, and with the spotter you need 5 yellow stats. So we're already good on that. Now, it's going to be the cherry on top. It's going to be the on the ropes. That's going to give you 25% weapon damage while all skills are on cooldown. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is run something like the pulse. I need to save that real quick. So let's see, let's look at the stats. So right now it's kind of difficult to see, but I got 19k weapon damage. Now, so you add 20% of that from the spotter, so let's call it another 4k. Okay, because 10% of 20k is 2k plus, you know, you double that, so that's 4k. So you're looking at about 24k damage with just a pulse. Okay, then you add on the ropes, both skills are on cooldown, you get 25%. So you hit somebody with a pulse. Hit somebody with a pulse. And that goes away pretty quickly. Use your drone. Face trade. The drone's gonna blow up in the face trade. That's just what they do. Alright? So now both of your skills are on cooldown. Guess who's got 25% more damage right now? That's ball game. I don't care who you're facing. It's ball game. It's over. Let's see if that shows up in the stats. No, it doesn't show up in the stats. But both your skills on cooldown, 25% more damage. So that is going to be the meta with 20% more damage on the chest, on the mask, 15% on the gloves, and 25% on the backpack. That is, let me do math real quick, 45% plus 15%, that's 60%, plus let's just say you're using unstoppable force. That's going to give you, I don't know, let me see, 200k. I don't feel like mathing right now. I've been up for 20 hours. Just know that it's a lot of fucking percentage for pulsing, and you're gonna pulse them, find them, pop out your drone because you're about to face trade. So these are skills you're going to be using anyway, and you're going to get 60% more damage for using skills that you're going to use anyway. So anyway, I think that's the gist of it, man. Like I said, I don't want this video to be super long. I just wanted to show you guys the build that I'm running with the P416, the 2-piece Patriot, and my Fenris, my Gilligard. Like I said, I'd love for one of these two Gilligards to be Murakami for the health, or at least one of them be Providence Defense for the health, but I haven't gotten that lucky yet. But yeah, that's what I'm running. That's how you build it. And I showed you how to build something like that. It doesn't have to be this exact build, but that's what I run. And then I'm going to kick it to some gameplay to show you how this build performs. And if you got any questions, you know how to find me. It's your boy Ted. Peace out.
You bet that high somewhere.
Yeah, boy. Well, this ain't what you want.
Oh, you thought your homie would be able to hit me from there?
Hit beam, boy. Let's see if I can get my boy up on the low.
Oh, he coming.
Come on, bro. I'm trying to get my boy up.
Oh, you should have finished me.
Oh, I missed. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. He stuck his head up just the right time. Oh, another one went up top.
Stay with their homeboys that got up there. Nah, bro, I don't die like that. I'm OG. You laid up there?
Yes, sir. For the Who movie? Nah, I didn't see it. Boy, please. Nah, I was never really into Godzilla. I hear good things about it. I just never was into it.
Jim pulled up and just killed him talking about Godzilla.